I got that notorious Irish whisper. Everyone's gonna hear it, you know what I mean? Right. Hi, how are you? How you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So thank you so much for taking the time to be here and just talk a little bit. I'm personally a huge Survivor fan, so I was really excited to get the ball rolling with this. So I kind of want to start off by just asking you a little bit about your upbringing and your backstory. What's happened in your life has kind of made you who you are today.
Yeah, so I grew up in Hanson, right? Went to McQuan, Hanson Middle, Whitman Hanson. Then I went out to college at Westfield State. And then right after I finished up at Westfield State, majored in political science, minored in communications and business. And then I went to New England School of Law to get my law degree. And about a year ago now, I took the bar and I became a lawyer last year. And now I'm going on Survivor. I teach theater to kids in Abington. That's a lot of fun. I bartend in Hingham. I live in Boston with my grandmother right now. And yeah, that's kind of everything leading up to here at this point.
Have you always dreamed of going on Survivor? Like, has that been something, like, from when you first watched it, did you say to yourself, I want to do that one day? Or was it something you kind of slowly realized, like, the more you watched it? Like, what was that thought process like?
Yeah, so I started watching around, like, 2012, like, One World, I kind of watched sporadically. And then I started watching Philippines Full Send. And I remember watching the first episode and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Denise is on the screen and, you know, she's talking to someone and everyone's in their underwear. And Denise says something and it says sex therapist on it. My dad walks in and he's like, Jake, what the hell are you watching? And it kind of took off from there. But yeah, it was something I always knew that I wanted to do when I first saw it. And it's funny because I'll have people now hit me up from high school. Some people I haven't talked to in a little bit, and they're like, oh, you always said you wanted to do that, da-da-da. And now it's coming full circle.
So it was a gradual thing, obviously. Was there any, like, certain point that maybe you decided to sign up? Like, was there any turning point in your life? Or was it just like a, you know, or was it more like a shot in the dark? You know, maybe they'll look at my application, maybe it could go nowhere.
Well, it's always like a shot in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, there's what I think I saw in an article today. There's like 25,000 people apply every year or something like that. And I know I sent one in like as soon as I turned 18. I sent one in. I sent them in all throughout undergrad. There's one me like in the woods around Westfield State, like fake catching a fish out of a lake or something like that. And, you know, just doing a bunch of skits and stuff. And I didn't send any in during law school. And then, you know, I finished the bar and I made my video. And next thing you know, they're calling me. And the rest is history.
So obviously, like you said, there's, you know, 25,000 people that apply every year. But what was that casting process like? Was it super intense? Like, are there multiple rounds of it? How did that system work?
Yeah, so so I got the first call back in December. I heard I was pretty late to the process. I sent in an application video like last fall. Had a bunch of interviews like right in a row, and there's a bunch of stages. I sent my initial video in. I didn't even know I passed the bar yet, but I said, oh, I'm an attorney, I'm working in divorce law, da 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 da. And the first time they called me, I hadn't even started my job as an attorney yet. I was starting my job at the Norfolk County DA's office the next week when I got the first call. So the casting press is like, oh, so you weren't an attorney when you sent this in? And I'm like, nope. But all fun, you know. I mean, it's pretty arduous going through it, you know. You're seeing it's such high stakes because it's something I wanted to do for so long, and it's like I'm staying up, you know, on the phone with either like my parents or my girlfriend, just being like, did I mess this interview up? Did I like? I gotta get in the zone. Like I'm listening to music before every interview, just being like, all right, veg out, you know.
Right, because you made it that far,
rounds.
you don't want like to.
Oh yeah.
Stop there.
You don't want to trip to the end. Yeah, no. And then when you finally get that call and it says you're going, it's just absolute bliss. It's probably like when I got the call, it was probably about like a month before we actually went out there, and I was like I wasn't paying attention to anything else for that whole month.
Yeah, I can imagine. Or is any of your family or your girlfriend, are they fans of the show? Were they excited when they found out you were going on, or?
Oh yeah, so my immediate family knew, and my girlfriend knew. You know, I was signing NDAs and everything, and yes, they were wicked excited. They, like, when I was a kid, I'd ask my parents, "Hey, for Christmas, can you get me some like Survivor buffs?" And now, you know, I'm getting handed my own. So that's really cool. That's really cool.
Since you're also a fan, these next couple questions are more fan-based, but what is your all-time favorite season?
All-time favorite season? Jeez. There's so many. I love Kagyeon's my favorite season. Kagyeon is just something so pure about everyone. Just it being an entirely new cast in it. The level of gameplay and the characters. Dude, that's just an amazing season. I could watch that a million times on repeat. There's not one dud episode that whole season.
Harder question. Who is your all-time favorite player?
All-time favorite player?
Across any season.
There's like so many to choose from. These questions are the hardest because you got to narrow them down.
You can pick a couple.
Okay, I will do that. Like, I'm like, damn it, there's 700 people I think about, and like, to narrow it down, obviously Tony, I'm a huge fan of. Boston Rob, someone I've been saying a lot in these, Chris Doherty, I'm a huge fan of. Like, that's a throwback. Kathy Vabrick O'Brien, Malcolm Penna, Natalie Anderson. Marianne was a lot of fun recently. I liked Marianne a lot in recent seasons. Carolyn, obviously, Carson, Jam. Last season was awesome. That was awesome.
This is more sort of based from what you've watched and what you could do, but when you went into the show, was there any player that you want to emulate or anyone's strategy you want to try to repeat? Like, if you could emulate any player, who would you try to be like?
I mean, obviously you got to pick a winner for that because, you know,
well, yeah,
gotta pick a winner. But I think if I could like emulate any game, like this has come up a couple times, and I think like going in, Penna said something really insightful for his second time. In reality, like, depending on your outlook, you have 100% having a good time. Like, so like those are the kind of the players who had the most fun with it. Like, I think Tony had a lot of fun with it. I think Chris Doherty had a lot of fun with it. I think it's about like just living out your dream and having fun. So I'd probably say those two guys. I think they're some of the dudes who have the most fun out there.
Yeah. No, the chronically stressed people don't usually stay alive.
You need to, like, you know what, yeah, you gotta have fun, you know? I think you gotta go in there and have fun.
But again, thank you. I really just appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and, you know, touch down on your home roots. I'll be rooting for you. I'm really excited. It's not often we see people in our little neck of the woods like going on these shows.
No, I think I'm the first like person from the South Shore to get on.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
It's a very real possibility.
Yeah, I'm trying to like run down the list real quick, and I think so, but I could be wrong.
And I think you can be honest, but also, you know, you can still schmooze. If you're not schmoozing, you're not playing. Survivor is a lifelong dream of mine. It's something that I wouldn't have always been able to do. But now, over the past couple of years, I've worked on myself really hard, becoming healthier and, you know, really taking care of myself. And I'm at the best point in my life to play this game. God's on it, I'm gonna play it, you know?